Hello, this is Seema Rajpal and you're watching Straight Up by edX Live. After the sexual assault of a student at the English and Foreign Language University in Hyderabad on October 18th, students have been protesting to seek justice for the survivor. It may be recalled that the student was assaulted for allegedly participating in a protest to demand the elections of the Sensitization, Prevention and Redressal of Sexual Harassment or SPARSH committee. The protesting students are demanding that the perpetrators be identified and punished, plus the resignation of the Vice Chancellor and Proctorial Board. On October 19th, the proctor filed an FIR against 11 students for surrounding him at his residence on campus, which caused him psychological trauma. He said that in his 3 decades of teaching experience, this was the most horrendous incident that he had faced. Soon, EFLU Students Collective put out a fact-check report through which they clarified all the allegations made in the FIR. With the help of a student, we list 4 statements from the FIR and what the collective claims with the help of a student who wishes to stay anonymous. Number 1. An academic discussion on Palestine perspectives on literary resistance was to be held to arouse communal feelings.
So a student group by the name of MSF was supposed to host a discussion on the Palestine issue, but they could not get permission for the same because the administration deemed such topics as communal, which is why they did not give permission, and after which the academic block was being barricaded, and that is why all the students had gathered there, not for the Palestine discussion. But in the FIR, all of the FIR has been centered around the Palestine discussion, for which none of the students had gathered. It was just for the barring of academic spaces.
Number 2. Forcing the proctor to call 2 professors during the protest and demanding their availability so that CCTV footage can be viewed in their presence.
Students had gathered around 5 a.m. on 19th October. On 18th October night, the sexual assault happened, and some of us had taken the survivor to the hospital. So we came back around 3, and by 5 we gathered students because we thought this thing demands urgent attention because evidence could be tampered with. And around 300 students gathered, and we went to the proctor's house, and we demanded him for answers. We asked him to come out and address us. So around that time, the proctor came out and he was being very dismissive about the whole issue. We got in touch with the survivor, and she said she wants 2 of her female professors to view the footage along with 3 other students that she named. The professors were also named by her because she felt comfortable. She felt comfortable with them, and she named 3 more students that she trusted to view the footage. So that is why the students asked him to call these professors, and he himself also wanted to call other professors. So we said, please call these professors here, and he had consented to it. None of the student community knew that these particular professors were going to be brought here because the professors were called there by the survivor. And when they came here, it was not like the crowd calmed down, but in the proctor's FIR, it's made to look like the professors came and the crowd instantly calmed down, as if it was all premeditated and as if we knew that she was going to come there. So essentially, it is made to look like one big plan orchestrated by the 2 professors to, make us demand for the VC's resignation and all, but none of the student community was in coordination with these 2 professors. It all happened at that moment itself.
Number 3. Point to note is that in the FIR, a student has been named who wasn't even there at that particular protest. Here's more on the same.
Students against whom an FIR has been filed was not even in campus during that time. He had left the previous day for his hometown because the holidays had started. He had left around 2 p.m. On the previous day.
The FIR also mentioned that the proctor wasn't allowed to sit. He also stated that derogatory and discriminatory language was used against him.
Which I would say none of it is true. We brought a chair for him to sit on so that we could establish a dialogue with him properly. It was not like we forced him to sit. We brought a chair for him so he could comfortably answer our questions. And as for the water thing, there are videos of students giving him water, so that is also a false claim. Students themselves gave him water, and I think he drank the water as well. As for the language used against him, all the students were being completely respectful. No abusive language was used at all. The slogans that were being raised were proctorial board resign karo, because the students feel like about the investigation that is going on. The student community strongly feels that a swift and fair investigation cannot take place.
In the midst of this, an MP from Tamil Nadu, T. Sumati, and MPs from Kerala, Dr. V. Sivadasan, John Ritas and Hibby Eden have written to the National Commission of Women and Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan regarding the issue. That's all we have for you today. We will see you again tomorrow. Stay tuned to edxlive.com for more news from the field of education. Stay safe and mask up.